Looks like we're live.
We're live!
Jazzy's having a laughing attack already because we're just being a bit silly off camera. Just because
we're not silly, we're very serious. Thank you for coming, everybody.
Thanks
to
for coming.
This live stream on YouTube.
I do want to give a massive shout out to Tommy Bernhard for the super chat straight off the bat, $2.99. That's it's amazing. Thank you, Tommy. Thanks for popping in. I know that he said he's about to head off to bed. So much appreciated.
Got in before we even started with a super chat.
Thank you very much. Some 2Aussie Thrifters are here as well. Booze Review, thanks for popping in nice and early.
Doing some listing.
OnQ Buckaroo, Vaughn, good to see you. Darwinite, thank you for popping in.
Yeah.
Captain OpShop Nerd, there's a Adelaidean.
Who's got an offer?
Oh, nice. Gibsy Goodness, thanks for popping by. Thrifty Pixies on their spannering tonight, so thanks for coming along.
We appreciate you.
Hopefully no issues, but we'll pump through. Sheri's in. Hey, hello.
Hi, Mum.
Mum has popped in to show her love. Thanks, Mum. 22 watching already. Thanks for coming, guys. Really appreciate it. Jason's in as well. Looks like we've caught up with most of the chat, so that's awesome.
Hi, Donna. Hi, Gabby.
Look, Mum's in. Look, Mum is in.
Oh my God, wait, it's going fast.
Just settled. Zach's popped in as well.
Zach's busy flipping good stuff. Brad Diary of a Flipper. Robin B.
Robin B. Ken Skeets.
Well, hi, Ken.
Aaron Johnson. Thanks, everyone, for coming. Sarah as well. I did miss Sarah. Tamara. Thanks, everyone, for popping in. Sorry if we missed your name. It jumped pretty quickly just then. So
we could just spend all night saying hi.
We could. That would be a pretty boring
Hi, Tony.
hour. Hi, Tony. Thanks, everyone, for coming. So Tuesday night, we've decided to do like these Q&A sessions.
Yeah, let's chat.
Leave us a big thumbs up if you can hear us and see us properly, because it is a bit hard when you're just talking to the chat to make sure, because you're not sure. Aussie Outback Bush Mechanics, that's the name.
I love that name.
Thanks for popping in. Really appreciate you stopping by. Let us know if in the chat if you can hear us and see us properly. That'd be awesome.
I can see us.
A few more popping in. That's great.
Shazad
popped in.
Hey, Shazad, thanks for coming.
All right, I'm just going to presume we're all good. Looks like we have a couple of thumbs up. Yep, we're good. Oh my God, Brad, your shirt, so cool.
Flintstones.
It is a vintage Flintstones from 1994. So
it's dope.
It's one of my favorite shirts at the moment. So thanks for the compliment on the shirt. All right, so
okay, so many thumbs, yay!
All the thumbing, we're getting a good thumbing.
Good thumbing.
While you're thumbing, can you guys do us a favor and smash the smash the like button for us?
Oh, we're doing great. We're off to a great
Is that
start.
Benki Vininki? That's a
Benki
new name.
Vininki.
Good to see you.
We probably didn't say that right, but
yeah, we're sorry.
I like the way we said it.
Pronounce it very well. 8 a.m. Bam, bam.
How was everyone's Tuesday?
Yeah, I hope your start of the week has been good. So we wanted to talk a little bit about like consistency and building a habit and how to be like accountable to those habits, because I think that's something that we sort of struggled with at the start when we first started was building. Yeah. I can't talk. I'm losing my voice already. Building a habit and building a routine to get started, because we all know that listing can be tough at times. Like when you're not in a rhythm or you stop doing it for a couple of days, getting back into it is quite tough.
Yeah. I think at the start when we weren't like making consistent sales as well, I was like, oh, what's the point? But once we kind of built that up and started seeing sales and we're having packages to package, it was like, oh, okay. Yeah, this is a bit more exciting now. Matt pre-thumbed.
I love a good pre-thumbing. Thanks, Matt. Good to see you. Robin's in. Hey, Robin. Good to see you. I saw Zach's good gear today, so that was pretty awesome, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Kara's saying, I ain't going to make no sales if you ain't listing.
Ain't that the truth?
Question, have you got any postcards yet? We haven't received any. We checked yesterday.
A bit soon.
But we know there's some on the way, so I'm really keen to get them. A few people have been messaging us. Ken saying, haven't not listed for over a month. I know the day is coming. It'd be interesting to see what Ken has to say about what we're going to talk about tonight, because
interesting.
I've seen a few different opinions on this, and
so have
I just want to see what everyone else's opinion. Louise has dropped in. Thanks, Louise. Good to see you. So yeah, building a routine and consistency, I think, on eBay. So I heard a little bit this morning of Mel's lab when I was at work, and she was sort of talking about she hasn't been able to list for almost a month on her main account. She did say that sales have been ticking over reasonably well.
That's good.
I did hear her say that they sort of dropped off a little bit over the last sort of week or so. So Mel could probably confirm that for us if she's in.
Hey, Flippin' Thrifter. Hi,
Good to
Kylie.
see you. Kylie Knight. There's some new names in here. Awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks,
no,
guys.
it's exciting.
Drew's popped in.
Hi,
Hey,
Drew's
Drew.
reselling
Good to
metal
see you.
detecting.
Yeah, so I know that we struggled when we stopped listing and getting sales due to whatever reason, like when we moved house. We were in a really good routine for ages, and then we moved, trying to get our stock sorted, trying to get everything back into some sort of order. It took us about a week, 2 weeks to even list something.
Yeah.
And we did see our sales drop off. So
Yeah, it was pretty dramatic.
I think there are some exceptions to the rule. So the bigger your story is, probably the better you can cover it. So Mel's saying she's still having steady sales, and that probably goes back to the point of the more stuff you have in the store, the more likely you are to keep it going. I think the smaller store you are, it is more and more important to be continuously listing every day if you can. We've tested quite a few different ways of doing stuff, and I think everyone's store will be slightly different in what they have in stock. So their stuff might be more desirable or stuff that turns over quicker.
I mean, you hope your stock's desirable.
Zaheer has dropped in.
Zaheer, and possibly back.
Good to see
Larry.
you. Larry's in. Hey, Larry, good to see you. Thanks, everyone, for coming. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for hanging with us on a Tuesday.
So, yeah, we did put out some questions in relation to sort of consistency, listing, all that sort of stuff. So we did get some responses through Instagram. So we will sort of try and answer as many as we can. So Gabby Marie asked us, list everything you've sourced ASAP or list a little every night. So my opinion on that is list when you can. So even if you need to draft the whole lot on one day and then just leave them as a draft, schedule or list 1 or 2 or how many you can list every day, just to keep your account consistent. It's sort of, I feel like it creates like activity in your store.
eBay loves activity. So if you have a whole bunch of things that are ready and drafted and ready to list, I would still only drop a few every day, or however many you have. I would break them all out so that each day is seeing a little bit of activity. And if you don't have any and you can't list for whatever reason, just tweak things.
Yeah.
Just go in and change up some
relist,
titles. Yeah, and
change your
and
photos.
relist it.
DBG's dropped us a £2 super chat. Thanks,
Legend.
DBG. Getting ready for work. Have a good day, guys.
Thank you.
You have a great day. Thank you very much for the $2. £2.
£2.
I'm not sure what that transfers to, but I'm sure it's
That's super cool.
Any Aussie pot shazad. Trying to do 5 a day.
Tommy isn't asleep yet.
Yeah, Tommy, go have a nap. I know you're struggling, mate. Daisy Chain.
Hi.
Do you guys have a weekly listing target? Dollars, not a number of items. Have you worked out what you'd require to list per week in order to go full time? So
yeah, we were
do.
Talking about that a while back.
We do have sort of a set daily goal that we want to hit. So we want to do at least 10 a day. Now we have to work that around our full-time jobs, packaging, YouTube, all that sort of stuff. So,
but luckily there's 2 of us, so we get to team up.
We get to split it out a little bit, but we try and do 10 every day. And Jazzy's taken Mondays now, and she's sort of been drafting about 30 on a Monday, so that we're covered Tuesday night when we're on here, we're talking to you guys.
Yay!
So we can just list 10 when we get home, and we know that we've done our 10 for the day.
Yeah.
I know Mel was saying before that her sales have continued, which is awesome. I've seen dips off when we have stopped listing. As I said, I think that it depends on your store level. When you are new, I think it's important to keep continuous with it.
Yeah, I think now we see less of an impact than maybe a year ago, but I think I still see a bit of a hangover.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we'll go back to another question. Captain OpShop Nerd, give me a good number to be listed daily on eBay to see steady sales. That's a very tough question.
That depends on a bunch of things though, because like, what are you listing?
Yeah, so how desirable is your item?
What's the turnover?
What's the turnover like on it? I think once you start getting into a routine, I think that most people should be able to get through at least sort of 5 a day, depending on your circumstances. Obviously, if you've got kids.
5 a day is like a pretty good goal?
I think 5 a day is pretty reasonable, and that'll start building up your store as well. And you start seeing a bit of a flow-on effect. So we noticed it when we started actually using a little bit of a display board, which we'll run through a little bit later on.
Display board.
Bit of a goals, bit of like a accountability, I suppose, as well.
Yeah, that is super variable though. And I think like, do you want to be keeping the level of things in your store a consistent level, or do you want to be building your store? Because you can look also at kind of how many sales you're averaging a day, and then if you want to be building, list 2 more things than you're selling.
Yeah.
Or are you just replacing stock?
Cars, I'm a 10-day person, usually dropped off a bit, which shows in my sales, I think. Yeah.
Which shows in your sales.
What category?
What category in your experience has the fastest selling speed?
I think the one that stood out for us in the stuff that we have personally picked up was the printer ink.
Yeah.
That really took off for us when we picked that up. Obviously, you want current styles. You want stuff that's reasonably in date. You can sell out-of-date ink. You just need to make sure you describe that. When we got that stuff in and we were doing them at pretty competitive prices, it was literally flying out the door. We had our biggest month ever that month that we picked up the ink, and that was way before our store was as big as we are now. So
yeah,
I think printing ink in our experience has been the best.
We had like a lot of it, and we had a lot of different varieties.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Megan's in. Good to see you, Megan. Thanks for popping in. I do have a couple more questions.
You're saying questions tonight.
We kind of touched on this a little bit. Is it better to list a couple each day or bigger amounts, say 3 times a week?
Oh, what's a similar question?
I've never tried the 3 times a week thing. We've either done it really poorly when we first started and didn't have a routine, or we've now got in a routine where we're doing it consistently, day by day. If we know that we're not going to be able to list because we're doing a live, or we have family around, we'll prepare the day or the day before that so that we know we have stock ready to list. Which is probably a really good tip. So if you've got upcoming holidays or something, draft a couple extra each day, and then you can use them when you're away to give your account activity. And it seemed to work really well for us when we were in Darwin, even though that we had extended shipping periods on. It was like 12 days and people were still buying stuff. So I think it's good to sort of plan ahead and have those things in place. As I said before, it depends on your store level and what you have. But
that's worked for us.
I was actually thinking about it today as like a bit of a shopping mall type mentality, like an analogy. So if you go into a store and their stock levels of, say, a shampoo are right up there, right? And they don't keep restocking it, so they're going to run out eventually. And then you're not going to be able to go in there and buy stuff. So you're probably more likely to go somewhere else and buy a similar item than the item you were looking for. So if you're not stocking, your shelves, you're not bringing in customers.
Okay, so like once you lose someone, they're probably
they're going to go somewhere else, aren't they?
Well, they're probably not going to come back.
Yeah. So obviously we also a wide. We obviously also a wide range of stuff. So it's not a perfect analogy, but I think keeping your shelves stocked with new inventory all the time is a great way to get more sales.
All right.
I'll try and catch up to the chat.
51 people watching. Thanks heaps, guys. That's really
cool. I list every day as I take pictures first, generally, then list as I go.
Yeah, that's good. That's efficient. I sometimes do it backwards and then I regret it.
How do you hide your GoPro when shopping? Do you have any stories with people complaining about? No. So I've only done 2 GoPro videos of garage sales, and I just have it on my backpack, and I have a little shoulder mount, and it literally sits there and positioned for people to see. I had one person say, "Is that a GoPro?"
Guy's got a GoPro.
And I was just like, yeah. And he was fine. So I'm sure someone will bring it up in the future, because I don't think it's quite as accepted down here as it is in America.
Yeah, I think Aussies are a bit uncomfortable with being filmed, but if someone is uncomfortable or just says like, whoa, we can't have that, we'll be like, that's cool.
We'll just turn it off. We won't use the footage, or we'll explain what we're doing. Thank you, Shazad, for the $1.99. Great content as also.
Patreon space is available. We'll sign you right up.
Shazad's going to start his own on Patreon. Question, how many should I list per day to get 2,000 listings in 24 days? Tommy, that's way too much math for my brain.
I have 5 apples and little Tommy eats 2 of my apples. How many apples do I have?
Well, you have to do like 40 a day just based on those numbers without getting any sales. So I hope that's helped you out, Tommy. I'm sure that was
Look, just join Shazad's Patreon. He'll tell you everything.
He'll help you out about it. Captain OpShop Nerd is saying, my death pile is humongous. Someone get me a job so I can stop going to OpShop. Just get listing, mate. Take a day off sourcing, get into it. We're actually down to the bottom of our pile now.
I didn't think it was possible because we had a death room and then Rob, the Aussie VHS Thrifter, told us you have to stay home and list it. And we actually got through quite a lot since I started having an eBay day. Now we just have stuff we don't want to list.
What evidence do you have that sales are related to your store following and not related to Zaheer? I wasn't really saying that people follow us. I was just using it as an analogy that if you have stock in your store, obviously you have a wider net of people that potentially can buy from you. So I don't think it has anything to do with the people that actually look for our store particularly.
Press follow on your store.
No, I just think that the more items you have out there and consistently new stock, the more you're going to get seen. And if you have good pictures, using promoted listings, you have good description and title, mostly title, then you're going to rank a lot better and your items are going to be seen.
I hear what you're saying in the sense that, like, if you have a wider range of things, then you're going to hit more people who are searching for different things.
Yeah. Brad so has a headache.
Our cat has a headache, actually.
Yeah, she just ran into my leg before. Have you guys tried Amazon AU? What about Gumtree? Is it any good for flipping? Sorry for asking. That's Q&A Tuesday. That's what we're here for. And we're not going to know them all, but we're happy to share what we do know or have experienced. So we do have an Amazon AU account. We're actually going to try and put some stuff on there again soon.
Yeah, we keep saying that.
I did put some stuff on there initially and had no luck. I just don't think the market's really picked up over there. It's a very specific market at the moment. You have to be ungated in a lot of items.
I was going to say, what's the real issue? Getting ungated.
And Gumtree, we do use Gumtree occasionally, mostly for sourcing though, not really listing.
Yeah, we definitely buy more from Gumtree than sell on Gumtree.
Bulky items, we will sell locally as well. Tommy.
That's very kind, Mel. Aww.
My problem is I have an awful feeling that I'm missing out on something cool. Absolutely.
I need to remember to read them for you. Sorry.
The easiest way to get rid of the death pile is to list more. Absolutely.
Yeah, we at one point were definitely buying more than we were listing. We are rectifying that problem though, and it's much better. Really recommend it.
I'll jump back over to some of the comments that we got online.
We best not forget them.
Let's go down. We did cover that one off. So we do try and do 10 a day. We don't use a momentum board now, but we used to use this here. So I've drawn this back up. I don't know if it's going to show up very well because of the lights. So we used to use something like this to make sure that we were consistent. So what we would do is we would set like a daily listing limit, which is all the listing goal, which is all the ones in orange. And then we would mark down how many we listed per day, and we'd make it really clear for ourselves by putting if we met our target in green, if we didn't in red, and then it sort of drove us to become better at listing because we wanted to see more green.
See any red.
And then we also did, I don't know if you guys are going to see this, we also did like a sales goal per day. So we wanted to hit like $300 per day. These aren't our numbers now. I've just drawn this up to make an example. And if we got over $300 a day, we'd give ourselves a green. If we didn't, we'd give ourselves a red. And then we'd do a total for the week. So if we were like, you know, we did 21 day and 3 the next, but over the week we made our 70, then we would give ourselves a tick for the week. We did this for about 2 months and we built ourselves a really, really good like base. And that became a habit for us because we were so used to listing 10. So we started off at like doing 3 a day, I think, when we first started.
I remember when it was just 1 a day. I just wanted to do 1 listing every day. And that's such a simple thing. And even just using like green and red, but I don't know, got in our heads. It's the psychology of it.
Yeah, definitely. It made us get in original.
Visual.
And now we don't even use that. 10 is like our standard. If we don't hit 10, we're pretty disappointed in ourselves, really. And that's why we plan ahead.
Say 10.
Yeah, so we try and make sure we hit 10 on most occasions. There are a few days we fall below. Obviously, sales are really inconsistent with eBay. You do start seeing trends, but if you can set yourself a target and then meet that target at the end of the week, that's a good way to look at it. And then you can start building that target as well. So
you're only accountable to yourself.
Absolutely.
Unless you're working with someone.
Name this quote. I just ate a fillet of fish, man.
I just ate a fillet of fish,
man.
man.
That might have been Bron.
That sounds like a Bron moment.
Like a Bron moment. Chris saying, I hate targets. I know I'd probably fail. Yeah, I think it depends on how you work. I think it depends on how you work. Some people are really goal-oriented. Some people don't like that. This worked really well for us. It just gave us a
worked well for us because I didn't like it though.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to get a bad mark.
Andrew Diaz. Hey guys, we're big fans. How big a part does your photography play in getting sales? I would say huge.
Well, we have some good items in our store that haven't sold in the longest, most embarrassing time because the photos are shocking. So I guess that says it all.
Jazzy's taken over the photography because I was a typical boy and rushed through everything. Whereas I do all the drafting and stuff now, so I do all the measurements, the drafting, all the YouTube stuff.
I find that really, really helpful though. Like if I was doing all of that, I'd have such a headache.
I think photos and title and now item specifics are the three things. Obviously price plays a big part as well, but I think if your photos are better quality and you're describing your item better, you're probably more likely to get a higher price as well. So that's a great question. Thank you, Andrew.
Robin's fave peeps are all up in here. What a party.
Yeah, 56 and thanks guys. Appreciate you stopping by. I saw someone saying hi to Georgina. Hey Georgina, good to see you. Krillin's in. Hey Krillin, good to see you.
Fillet of fish.
I'm gonna scroll down the bottom.
Ken just needs another 8 hours in the day. Me too, man.
Nana Treasures keeps you accountable with written down goals. Good idea.
It does. I think that seeing it just really solidifies it. Makes it real.
Jason's saying that board is a great idea. It really helped us. We haven't had to use it recently, but
I'm glad we don't use it anymore. But it was a big motivator.
Yeah, it changed our business, to be honest.
Yeah, it did. From like something that we'd do and we could kind of feel like it, when we could feel like fitting it in to like, okay, we need to come home and do this.
Is it worth to buy stuff from AliExpress and flip it? There are people that make really good money on that. That's not something that we're looking to at the moment. I think you have to be really good at researching, understanding the market, understanding the sell-throughs. There are people that do private label as well. So I'd never say don't do it, but it's not something that we've looked into. So I can't give you great advice on that.
It doesn't appeal to me, I don't think. I think that I find it more fun to go and find one-off items.
Yeah, for sure. What thrift stores do you find have better prices for buying? Do you find salvos more profitable to other thrift stores, or is it pretty random?
It's pretty random. There are some types of salvos that are very good.
Yeah, I'd say that obviously like the mom and pop church type ones are the best ones, but you don't find the quality of stuff and the quantity. Obviously salvos is decent because you get the half off deals, you get the $2 days sometimes on Mondays. But we find stuff everywhere, every place that we go to. True. Even the ones that are really overpriced, sometimes you'll catch them slipping. Or if you get to, be friendly with the managers and stuff, you might be able to do some deals over time.
We were in Savers the other day, and every good quality pair of jeans was $18, and then I found 7 for All Mankind for $6.50. Yeah. So it's like they're out there. You just
gotta keep looking. Hey.
Gotta look at them all.
All right, let's catch up with the chat.
Whoopsies.
Do you think doing say 50 listings and scheduling them 10 a day for 5 days is a good idea? Yeah, I have heard people saying that scheduling doesn't have the same result as drafting and then pressing the list.
But it's speculation. We're just experimenting.
Yeah, I haven't actually physically tested that myself, but we just draft them, we'll get them all ready, have the photos ready, and then list them as we go that day. We try and get a couple up in the morning to sort of give our story a bit of traction.
Wake the beast.
Yeah.
If I don't have any photos and I have nothing that's ready to list, then I will hit the offers straight away in the morning. I'll get on the bus to go to work and see what offers I can send out just to prod it awake.
Yeah. So that I set a target and then times it by 10.
Oh,
I think it's
that's why she's added the boss.
Yeah. I think you start off slowly and build, and you'll be amazed how much you can actually get done.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible. Jasmine, any plans to drop another day for eBay?
Watch this space because we ain't too sure where I'm headed.
So to give people some context on that, Jazzy's work is closing down. So unfortunately, at the end of March, Jasmine will lose her job. Now there are some options for us. Obviously, we could pour more time into eBay. We could. She's sort of kind of got a job lined up at the end of it, but it's not guaranteed. If that comes through, we're talking about 3 days a week for you.
It's so interesting hearing you talk to other people about
the goal
options. I'm like, yes, that is an option.
We haven't really decided what we're going to do, but yeah, her job is coming to an end, so we'll see what happens.
We're going to use you guys as a sounding board.
Do you believe February and March are the quietest months of eBay? I would say that that's really tough.
February and March.
We've had a pretty steady February and March. I find like the first 2 weeks of January are generally the quietest, unless people are spending gift cards, but it's generally not on eBay. So some retail stores will get some good influx of sales for that period, but probably not eBay unless you get an eBay voucher, which I don't think too many people give them out. 61 in the chat. Thanks, guys, for coming. Really appreciate everyone coming in. Do us a favor and leave us a big thumbs up if you haven't already. Really appreciate it. We'll help our video out. 62 now. Thanks, guys. Any more questions?
Like you didn't just drop to 30.
Yeah, everyone's gone.
No, we out.
I've been hearing all around eBay stores aren't doing really well. Yeah, I've got a bit of a theory. I reckon all these changes, like item specifics, are coming up again.
I feel like whenever they're tinkering it, like
they've just changed the app, and there's a new update coming for a lot of us as well with the photo thing. I feel as though when eBay tinker with anything, it kind of stuffs up the algorithm a little bit. It hides people. Your sales dip and drop. We had a really interesting day. Probably halfway through this month.
On our graph there is one day that's like twice as big as any other, and the next day we made $18.
I think it was $8.23 one day and $18 the next day. So
800, 18.
It was pretty substantial difference. So
it looks crazy. Like when you look at it, I mean, there's little ups and downs, but then it's just like up, down. Yeah. What were they doing?
I don't know. Nixie X channel, thanks for dropping in. That's a new name as well. I never scheduled drafting is the way. Yeah, I think that's how we work as well. We don't schedule. We would prefer to draft, have them ready to go, and list them at a time that suits us. I just feel like when you schedule stuff, eBay know that you're doing it, and I feel like they hold you back a little bit. That's just my personal opinion. I have no proof of that. I have no evidence, but that's just my feeling on it from what we've.
eBay's philosophy: if it ain't broke, break it. Oh no, Drew.
Ken's saying I don't think it's just eBay. A lot of retailers are closing at the moment.
Yeah,
definitely.
Prime example.
Yeah, really tough.
Yeah.
The last week has been slow for Zach. Absolutely. I sold 1 in 2 days. That's tough.
Just keep listing.
I'll go back to some of our questions that we got on.
Oh, do we still have more
Instagram?
questions? What's these?
It
takes us so long to find them.
J1021, are you guys full-time eBay sellers? So no.
Not today.
I work full-time, Monday through Friday, and you work 4 days a week.
Yeah.
But really full-time because she's doing eBay on the extra day. Our Saturdays are pretty much full sourcing days, which Cara would agree with. And also Friday nights we go sourcing. Sundays we do live shows and listings.
I feel like Sundays we're just like all up on the YouTube.
So yeah, we're not full-time resellers, but we're well and truly full-time
hours. Yeah.
Here's a really cool question, and I'm trying to be thinking about this. Like, what one thing you only do sometimes that you feel could improve your sales if you did it every day?
Oh, I know.
Go on.
Item specifics.
Well,
if I filled out all 52 item specifics every single time I did a listing, would they be seen more? But no, I'm not going to do that.
You're going to fill it until you get that little blue circle. With
I'm going to meet expectations and then add in anything else that's spectacular. But, if I did do that every single time, I wouldn't.
Shazad's on like at crazy next level. So best ever day on eBay yesterday, £5,412 last 12 months. stupid numbers.
We don't know what that number is.
Yeah, I like listening to Shazad because he's like so far above like what we're doing that you're kind of like, how do I get to that level? Like you're like, how do I become that?
And you know what product.
BCP is in the house.
BCP, how are you?
Good to see you, BCP. I know that you've been like focusing on like your listing and stuff, so that's incredible. It's amazing to see you, so thank you so much for popping in. Louise is saying that blue circle makes me happy every time.
Do you feel like you've just ticked a box? Oh, someone just said that theirs was replying to eBay messages, but I missed it.
Oh yeah, Georgina.
Georgina, yeah.
Back to the banners. Yeah, let's go. Thrifterdotme. Frank, best tool for accountability.
Spouse.
Yeah, or a listing buddy. So me and Cara had a bit of a friendly competition going back. We're sort of sending each other messages each day on Instagram saying, how many you listed today? How many are you doing? And if the other person was slacking off, we were like pushing them along to do more. And I think Cara's had a really decent like last few months. I think she crossed her goal recently, which is awesome. So it just shows that if you can have someone pushing you along, you can improve where you are. And it just gives you that drive to do more, I think, because you're accountable to somebody.
Find a buddy and be accountable to each other is probably the best tool. We're all tools.
I think like in general, accountability in reselling is hard because you're your own boss. There's no one telling you what you need to do. Yeah. So definitely.
I would definitely slack off more, especially on my like specific eBay day when you're at work and I'm here doing eBay. I mean, it gets to 4 o'clock and I'm like, I've got an hour. Like, I want to show him how much I've done. Like, put in some hustle because I don't want you to come home and I'll be like, yeah, I didn't really do that much.
Cara's saying, helped us stay accountable. It was good fun. Like, we're just having a bit of banter, sort of pushing each other along.
Good fun. I heard threats being thrown. Stayed well out of that. Cara's a machine. Heck yeah, she is. Oh, cat's gone.
Cat attack. Still 58 in the chat, guys. Thank you very much.
Wow.
You guys have some more questions, drop them in the chat and we'll try and answer them for you as best we can.
Good old college try. I don't know what that means, but I heard some Americans saying it.
Oz finds things. How often do you send offers as soon as they pop up or something else? So we don't really. We don't send them as they pop up. I do them on the bus each day. So I'll go through like 20 or 30 items and send out offers to try and get some momentum for the day. But if there's someone watching it and I've got a margin in there, I have no problem with sending them.
Yeah, which we usually try to leave some wiggle room for ourselves so that we do have the opportunity to reach out because, you know, it's like if you're in a brick and mortar store and someone walks into your store, are you gonna not communicate with them? Like you're far more likely to get a sale if you say, "Hey, have you seen this?" And I'll do you a deal. It's exactly the same thing.
Give them a price while they're interested, rather than letting it sit there for like 100 days and you never sell it. You might as well take $5 off your item and get the sale.
100%.
Not an eBay question, but have you guys ever flipped a storage unit? I heard about them the other day and wondered how it works.
We haven't done storage unit.
I've seen a couple people do them. So Brad Diary, the Flipper, who's in the chat, did a video on one. He did a right out of it. I know that Rod's done a couple. I think Drew does them as well. Drew's
reselling metal detecting.
So I almost won one. I was bidding against this guy. It was an awesome unit. One was a resource. And he didn't end up paying. So they called me and said, "Oh, hey, look, you were the second bidder. Do you want to take the unit?" So I paid. Then they rang me back 3 days later and said, "Oh, look, he's actually paid now." So they had to offer both amounts to the vendor, and obviously they took the higher amount. So,
not good. Not good.
Brad threatened me many times. Get back to work.
Oh God.
I can't tell if Shazad is taking. Shazad always
a different story.
But like his numbers, they're all real. But him talking crap in the chat is just Shazad.
Yeah, the figures are actual like gross sales, and anything else he says is just no.
How many have you listed today? 12, I think, in the end, which were drafted yesterday.
I think we've actually hit the button on 10, and I've got 2
because I did an extra ready. 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 12.
which were all drafted yesterday.
Yeah, because we wanted to hang out on the Tuesday.
He has the shits while taking a piss. That's very Aussie. Brad's saying storage units can be hard work. Yeah, it did look like hard work.
Once you take your good stuff out, you still have to deal with the rubbish and clean it, unfortunately. So.
How's the world map going? Well, there it is.
Whoa!
So that's a picture, obviously. But this here is going to fill up, I'm hoping, pretty soon, because we know that some people have already sent us some postcards.
That's exciting.
They're on their way. I've got about 5 that I know of that are coming.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to be really cool to see them come through. I will actually
I'm
chuck
excited.
up our PO box.
Whoop, whoop, there it is.
PO box 39 Surrey Downs S.A 5126 Australia. So send us a postcard or a letter, and we will put a pin on the board, which is actually just up over here. My arm doesn't come through the screen anymore. Picture. And we will put your name into a drawer to win some like merch. We've got bags left. We're going to order some more cups. Or we may do some other giveaways like gift vouchers and stuff like that as well. So
it's like all my questions are planned.
I know, right? I have it ready to go. Georgina's saying she has a postcard.
Wicked. I'm super excited, Georgina. I'm probably too excited for this.
Oh, Megan dropped one today.
Yes.
I don't even know if my town has postcard.
You can just draw on a piece of paper and put a stamp on it.
My postcard will take a while. It's in the slow from Darwin. Absolutely. Your postcode is
Aaron, do you want postcards from Adelaide?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Send us whatever.
Yeah.
Find us something different from Adelaide. That'd be cool because yeah.
Different from Adelaide? No.
I don't know what you're gonna find.
I want the Mole's balls.
I'm gonna let that one go. Make your own postcard if you're that way inclined. My own postcard would be like this piece of paper.
That's a sticky label for an address.
It would say like, let's drop that little screen out now. It would say like, hi.
Lucy wants to send Princess Jasmine a picture she drew.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna hyperventilate.
That will have to go in our fridge. That'll go up there with our niece's pictures. We've actually got 2 pictures on our fridge.
Don't tease me, Zach. Don't tease me.
Don't. If that's, I hope it comes through. I hope it comes through.
Oh my god.
Shazad gonna have to stop eBay soon.
As long as eBay doesn't stop.
Everyone be like, soon. What's Mole's balls?
Yeah, well.
They are 2
Google it if you want.
giant metal balls stacked on top of each other.
In our mall.
I don't know why.
The mall balls.
Know who put them there. Maybe
all we have.
Someone can help us out.
That's all we have, guys.
Hi, first time viewing this bloke posting sexy shit.
Please consider subscribing.
If you would consider subscribing, Rob, we would much appreciate that. We all know that's.
We try to put out quality content, or at least like
at least a laugh.
Sort of average quality.
Good movies, that cute kid. We are so Sunday. Obviously, we're doing the boys show. That will be over on our channel.
Wide World of Reselling.
We're not sure what time it's going to be because Rob may have to work again, but we do have a special guest coming on. So.
Oh really?
Yeah. We'll leave a little bit of suspense around that one. That Mike is very, very good at picking stuff up. So. I'll give you 2 hints. He is in the chat. That's as much as 2 hints. That's
2 hints. Good number.
I'll give you 1 hint. He's in the chat. Let's put it that way.
Well, you said he, so.
That's 2. There you go. So yeah, that will be really awesome. Looking forward to that. I can't wait to see.
I'm looking forward to that.
Rob's intro again. That thing is off tap.
Off tap. Is that a saying?
Have you guys thought of setting up a website to circumvent admin fees? Once you hit anchor store threshold, the fee proportion jumps sharp.
I think we're a long way off anchor. Are we a long way off of anchor?
Well, yeah, because we have over our allotted amount on our current store featured, but we're only paying a small insertion fee per item. I think I worked out we would need to list another 2,000 something items to make it worthwhile to go up to that next store.
Right, because then you're actually paying the insertion fees up to the amount that you would pay for the next store.
But I don't think we would have anywhere near enough traffic to create our own store.
That's the thing, like we pay the eBay fees because eBay brings all the boys to the yard, so to speak.
Rob's saying the boys club giving you girls some extra sausages.
Wow.
A smart man would have krillin on.
I don't know if I should bring that up.
Look, he may end up on there. I'm not commenting.
I don't know what to say.
Well, that's
a smart man would have krillin on.
I'm sure we will at some point. I don't
think it's avoidable.
I don't think it's going to peter out anytime soon. We have like some cool little ideas for it. And,
yeah.
We're all really excited to like keep doing stuff. We sold something, a pair of R. Williams men's mild blue cotton button-up jacket. I think $70. So
yay!
Nice to get a sale while we're live.
Okay. Yeah, we heard.
They paid as well. That's awesome.
Isn't it nice when they pay?
Have you guys got any sales while being live? I love watching other people's lives and then you get sales. You're like, yes, it's amazing. Georgina thinks Jasmine looks like Princess Jasmine.
Oh my God, Zach, stop.
She's blushing. She's turning red. Well, it's pretty white at the moment. But have you ever filled a red post bin? Yes.
It was a smallish one.
It was a small post, like the ones that are like this big.
You know, the one on a stick.
I was like stuffing it in, and I was like, yep. And then it stopped, and I was like, what's going on? I couldn't work it out for ages. I was like,
excuse me, this post box is faulty.
It is broken. Something's wrong here. I don't understand.
You shoved too many parcels in.
It was full, so I had to go to another post box.
That's pretty funny. I think it would be pretty impressive to fill like one of the actual freestanding ones.
We took a fair few there yesterday.
Goals! I did have someone walk past me while I was filling up the box one day, and he finished what he needed to do and was on his way back to his car, and I was still putting parcels in, and he just stopped and was like, "You're early for Christmas." I was like, yeah.
What's the best shipping service you guys find? So we use All Australia Post, but we use My Post Business. We're on band 4, so we get pretty good discounts, especially locally.
It's decent.
And overseas, we're saving quite a lot of money through there as well.
Yeah.
So if you guys haven't looked at the My Post Business yet, I'd definitely recommend that. It takes a little while to build up to that band 4. So the first sort of few weeks, if you're like not selling a heap of gear, it won't feel like you're getting a lot of discount. But then once you start progressing through the bands, you really notice a difference. So I think it was, quote me if I'm wrong, guys. Well, help me if I'm wrong. Don't quote me if I'm wrong. I think it's 80 over. Is it 80 or 40 over 8 weeks? We'll bump you up to the next tier. Can't remember. I can look it up.
40 parcels over 8 weeks, I think. But we seem to get this wrong every time. But it is reward for volume.
Band.
Oh, I don't know where I just jumped to, but I haven't seen this yet. Sold a Nike hoodie from the storage unit.
Yes.
Whoop, whoop. Storage unit. Storage unit. Is it working?
What?
It's right after we said storage unit. So I assume you just got another 3 sales.
I had 1. Brad's going to take you on magic carpet. Right.
Ooh.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
Yvonne just sold a
Aaron Williams belt. Yes.
What was the first ever item you sold?
Was it your shorts?
No,
your board shorts?
Maybe. It might have been my board shorts. When I first started, we were just listing stuff around the house to like get some money in our bank, and I think it was a pair of board shorts for like $30.
Pretty sure it was like some Billabong. I don't know. It was a minute ago.
Costanza.
Oh gosh, y'all funny.
George.
Okay, so I saw. Is this Seinfeld?
Yeah.
I saw that for the first time in my life last night, and I now understand some references.
The best accountability motivator is when your mom rings and says she's coming around. I just jumped out of bed in fear of getting shattered.
That's brilliant. Oh my God.
See, if my mom says that, I know I've got like at least 8 hours before she gets here, so I'm fine.
Oh man.
It's a fun challenge getting through the bands. Less than $7 for local post is amazing. I think it's down to like in the $5s, $5.80 I think for local, which is nice in small package.
Do Aussies have pancake day like us today? Best day of the year. If
Oh my
today was
God.
Macca's pancake day, then I missed it. I'm
wanna-
not happy.
Can we have
No,
pancakes
they do
after
it on
this?
a weekend.
Do we have pancake mix?
We have flour and an egg.
We're having pancakes after this, guys. And Georgina, it's your fault. So I hope you're happy about it. I hope you appreciate that. I'm going to put on an extra £5, but I'm going to take it. Bexy and hey, Beck, good to see you.
How are you?
We've still got 56 in. That's amazing. Thank you so much, guys.
We appreciate it.
Really appreciate it.
We don't take for granted at all that anyone would want to listen to us.
Tommy said he was going to die about 3 hours ago.
I know,
so,
he was going to bed. Oh, God.
Question, I love competitions. So who thinks they could out drink Mel?
Me, in my water.
I don't think I could.
I will drink 6 waters.
Yeah. Mel was going great until she hit about 5.
I'm impressed.
She hadn't eaten. Give the girl a break. She deserves a bit of a blow off of steam.
Vegemite day every day, yes, sir.
Shut up. Maybe 6 of us combined.
Oh, my goodness.
Never tried that, Drew. Hey guys,
Michelle,
good to see you.
Hello.
How often do you find something on Aldi's middle aisle?
What's Aldi's middle aisle?
You know how they have like the specials of the week? We don't shop at Aldi. We used to shop there a little bit, but we don't shop there often. I know that people have done really well RAing some Aldi stuff.
They do have good pasta sauce, so we might go check it out on the weekend. We sold some like Inoc. Is that the Aldi like sports gear? I think it's called Inoc, in need of challenge. And we sold some of their snow pants, which was good and surprising. Because I think they went for an okay amount.
Where else to look if you can't find comps on eBay or Google? I got a G-Star Raw women's
sniper jacket. Can't find comps. Okay, does it tell you a style name?
I think it's sniper jacket. I think.
But is that the type, or is that the?
Definitely.
They usually get pretty inventive with their style names.
Yeah, you can obviously jump on Google. Look for other listings on places like Depop. You can use the program, which I think you have to pay for. What is that program called? I know that the guys in the States use it. I know Terapeak is available, but there's another one. I'm going
to be no help.
Tommy will know what it's called. He'll drop it in.
Help, Tommy.
There is a program that you can pay for that'll let you look up solds for a much longer period of time, but as a paid subscription.
Oh, really?
Honestly,
if I can't find it just on regular old Google using the style name that's on the tag, then I just describe it. But it'd be much better to find actual real comps. If you can find just even something similar, if it's just G-Star dress or G-Star shirt.
Do you ever notice geographical trends?
Yeah, like you'll get like 3 sales that are going to Tasmania in a day, and you're like,
and then you don't
what?
get them for like 7 weeks or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to it. I think it's just one of those things that when you see something, you notice it more, and when you're looking for something, you notice it more. Like I notice SA sales a lot more than I do international or interstate because they're in SA. So
Beck just said, based in Sydney, 90% of her sales go to Vic.
There you go.
90%.
I suppose there's a big population there, so that kind of makes sense.
We do send a lot to New South Wales.
Worth Point. Thank you, Joanna. That's much appreciated. That's exactly.
I don't know about Worth Point at all.
Yeah, it's like a program that stores like eBay data for a bigger period of time. So if you've got something pretty unique, you can look it up on there and find when the last one sold. I don't know the time period, but I know it's a lot longer than the 90 days it's on eBay.
Dang, I sometimes give up and I just describe it.
Yeah, sometimes you won't find stuff because it's been too long unless you want to pay for something like that. But you can look at similar types of items and get an idea of, you know, what has a G-Star jacket sold in that category in women's with similar, like a similar type.
Yeah.
Like, does it have a hood? Does it not have a hood? Is it like button
sometimes you gotta take an educated guess, and when I have to do that, I sometimes just go a little bit high.
Worth Point doesn't do clothing. There you go.
Oh.
I haven't used it, so.
I hadn't heard of it, so.
Free app is completed. There you go. That's a good one. Vic are the buyers for some reason.
There you go. Thanks, Victoria. We appreciate you.
All mine go to New South Wales and Taz. What is going on?
Conspiracy!
So we've been going 50 minutes. We've had an awesome amount of people in the chat. So thank you very much for everyone who has popped in. If you guys have some more questions for us, let us know. Actually, we did have one more on Instagram, I think.
How hard? Oh, where'd it go? How hard is it to handle returns or unsatisfied customers? It's so case to case.
No, I can't get it.
Some returns. I mean, we're inclined just to accept returns. We have free returns on. We don't really want to fight with people. It's not worth our time and our energy and our mental health.
Yeah, I am thinking of changing free returns.
You can send it back, but you pay.
change out. We're trying a few postage options as well.
Yeah.
Because we just want to see the differences. Like, we've tested a lot of things over time. We've found free post has worked really well for us, but we hear people, I know that Tommy talks about it a lot, and if you're using promoting and stuff like that, we build that all into our costs, so we understand it when we're doing sales and stuff like that. But we are trying it on a few items just to see what changes happen, if there's a noticeable change in our sales, if those items sell better or worse. We just want to test the waters a little bit, just to see.
Generally, unless they're being an absolute turtle, we will generally just accept a return.
Yeah.
And in terms of unsatisfied customers, just swallow your pride and be humble and apologize. And don't take it personally. It's probably not your fault.
Yeah, it is
but
very
just
hard.
Apologize.
Very hard not to get caught up in it. I know that Drew had two not so fun returns lately, so he's been talking about that on the Wide World of Reselling. And it is hard to sort of break that mind space of like, this is like against me,
this
but
is like a personal
most of the time
it's either
it doesn't fit. A lot of people try and be dodgy and say it wasn't as described, but you can't really do anything. Did we just sell something else? $25 for a 2XU.
Yeah, this is lucky.
2XU tank top. That's not bad for you.
We're going to stay live because it seems to be working for us.
Cellhound is a good one.
I
have seen that. I haven't used it again. Zach, feel free to drop links in. I have no problem with that. That's fine.
Oh, we love a link. We trust you.
I'm thinking of
drop dodgy links.
switching to free returns too. I got my first ring.
Oh, negative.
Yeah.
Pros and cons. We've been doing free returns for quite a while.
Charge shipping and free returns is best protection. Yeah. So I have heard Tommy
charge for the post and then do free returns.
Keep staying live and you'll meet Shazad. We'd have to be live for like a month. Like literally, because that's like 10K. That's what we're doing a month. Does eBay automatically refund the final value fee for a returned item?
Oh.
I know that PayPal keep their fee now, which is a pain in the ass. I believe eBay do. That's my understanding. I don't look into it much because I don't.
Stumped me on it because I think I'm just so in the mindset of like just accept it and move on, sell it again if you can. Yeah.
Does free returns protect the seller, or do you need to do free postage and returns?
I don't think there's actually, there's not a blanket protection because at the end of the day, eBay want to retain their customers. And if the customer says this wasn't as described.
Yeah, so I think like Tommy's saying, like free returns and charging shipping is a good option because then at least
they can see you've done as much as you can.
You have the option to refund the initial shipping, but you don't have to. But you do take the cost of the return. So there's a few options there. Everyone's works differently. Currently, 90% of our stuff is free returns, free postage.
Yeah.
I know that it can get confusing if you're running sales and stuff, which Tommy has talked about a lot, but we build that into our costing. So we know when we list something, exactly how much we can promote, how much we can put on sale, and what our shipping is going to cost. So we factor that all in, knowing what our final value is going to be.
We find it better to do it on the front end, and then we don't have to worry too much on the back end. If we get a return, it's like, okay, we're pretty prepared. We've covered ourselves.
Do you sell a marketplace? Not
Chunky
really.
Stuff.
Bits and pieces. We sold a printer on the other day, which was nice.
We did, yeah. Occasionally.
First rule of leadership: everything is your fault.
That's true. That's been drilled into me.
That way you can keep shipping assets from the negative. Yep. I had a $150 return. That's not nice. If you want to make mum proud, go check out Mum Hustling. Georgina, bloody Bugs Life references.
Okay, but seriously, Bugs Life is pretty
What
deep.
about
around
the
leaf?
Yeah, that was quality. I like that. For the amount I send, I have very little returns. Yeah, us too.
Yeah. You just got to think about what your stock actually owes you.
You can definitely still get an INAD. It doesn't really matter what you've got set up. They can still choose that as an option. So
you can state your case, but it's tricky.
Shazad said, the best seller practice I know is to pay the customer to take your item.
That sounds really reasonable. Yeah. I mean, listen to Shazad. He's
from Guy of the Flipper there. Thanks, Zach, for dropping all those in. Adds a big expenditure for you. So we do promoted listings, which I guess is classified as an ad. We set them, I've tested anywhere from like 1 right up to 5.6. Currently we're sitting at 4.9%. Again, I factor that into our costing and I know what I can get. I know how low I can go when I get offers. So.
And we probably won't promote something, if we've got something that's a one-off, like we had a Harley Davidson vest the other week, we probably wouldn't promote something like that because it's going to sell itself. We don't really need to be paying to bump up our listing if only 5 people have something listed.
Definitely. That's twice you've made me want to watch Bugs
Do
Life.
it! It's so good. I might go watch Bugs Life on the weekend.
There's Zaheer's channel.
You should be spanner-sacked. That sounds really violent.
My return was because my pre-owned gold chain
had some wear. Oh, sorry.
I guess the only way, sometimes that's unavoidable, even if you take really good photos, people may not look at them properly, but the only way around that is to describe it really well. Sometimes if I have like, not significant damage, but something noticeable, I'll even put it in the title, just say like, hole in collar or something like that.
Or if you can't fit all that in, just say like, with flaw.
Yeah.
Go read the description.
Cheaper for them to keep it. Sometimes
Aussie
it is.
Bargain Hunter, thank you for coming.
We've done that sometimes. Bugs Life and Pancakes. That's like my dream right now.
Done. Yeah, that's happening after this.
For
and
those
after I package some
sluts.
things.
I don't think we had any other Instagram questions.
Have a quick check because I'll feel real bad if we miss someone.
I think we've got them all. I will drop our little PO box if anyone missed it before.
PO box.
As we said before, we're doing the send us a postcard. We'll put
that's your entry into a drawer.
We'll put your little tag up here. We're really keen to just like see where everyone's from and like fill out the board.
Yeah, totally.
And then
so you bought the one with every like city written on there.
Yeah, that's pretty hectic. Thank you so much for answering the questions.
Thanks for asking questions, because
No
otherwise it would be kind of awkward, or more awkward than we already are.
Sorry, I missed Shazad.
Oh, it jumped.
What increase do you get from using a rate more than 1%? I would use 1% across all your listings. They also don't get other seller items shown at the bottom of your listing. Yeah, so I've just tested a few, and I've heard 1% works as well, but I haven't. I have found when I list at a high percentage, we tend to get more sales.
And I don't notice.
So Shazad may have better insight than I do. He sells a lot of different stuff than we do as well in different categories.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of our stuff is clothing, so we probably have to promote it at a higher rate. Shazad, is that a serious question?
You never know, Tommy. We're probably answering real seriously, and he's just like.
Here's our friend Kara's channel, so please head over. Zach, drop your channel in as well, buddy. We want you to get
yes,
some
please.
Do it, Louise.
We're being real lazy over here and not dropping nothing.
Mum's like,
like he's trying to get on the map.
She just pulled one down.
No.
Yeah, she did from there. Okay, there's a rogue pin floating around our house. That's awesome.
Hey, she's attacking the other cat. That's too funny. Tracy Uniquely Me sent us a little cat which is pinned on our map, and our real cat was just trying to get it. As a guess, what % of your sales are actually sold via promoted listings?
I could probably find that out.
I don't know how to find that out.
I don't really want to bring up eBay Live, but you can tell by going to your promoted listings, and it will tell you how many sales you have got under that promoted section. So it'll say like 3 sales, it's cost you this amount, you made this amount of money from that particular sale. So you can definitely find that out. As a percentage, I'd have to look it up. I don't know off the top of my head. Yeah, I'm not sure. It definitely gets us more sales. You can see that by when you go onto promoted listings, it tells you that you've got more sales, and you can see your impressions as well. And
yeah, I know that you look at that far more than I do. So I don't really check the impressions as much.
Yeah, I also try and monitor like when the promote starts dipping off. So you'll notice a period of time, depending on the rate that you set, that it will start dropping out, like your impressions, and I'll end it and relist it. I know Tommy does that almost daily, every 24 hours. So he's trying a fair few different things. Shazad has researched his category Z. 1% won't get a clothing seller off page 12. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. 1%'s fine for some things, I'm sure.
How do you calculate average sale price? So how many items have you sold, and how much money have those items sold for? So say you've sold...
Use your 90-day total if you like.
Well, 30, 60, day by day, it doesn't matter.
It's just there, it's convenient.
So say in 90 days you've sold $10,000 worth of stuff, and make it easy, you've sold 1,000 items, your average sale price is $10. Obviously, it's not going to be $10 because that's a 2-round number, but that's how you work it out. So your total sold versus how much money has it actually sold for, that's your ASP. Obviously, you have to take away all your fees, your shipping, your cost of goods, your promoted listings from that. So that's not your profit, that's your average sale price. We try and keep that around 50. Last month it dropped to about 45 because we're trying to clear some stock.
Are we interested to see this month's? For show.
What you can't see is what they buy when...
Oh man, why is it jumping around everywhere?
From the promo listing. Yeah, that's true. No, I challenge you to bump it to 10%.
I understand.
That would be
10%.
10% is probably...
Calm down.
In Australia, I think that's probably a bit high. I think in America, that makes sense. In Australia, I think... I'm just trying to drive here. I think 10... I think the suggested is around 7 in most categories. I don't go off suggested though. But definitely in the States, I know it's up 10, 11, 12, 13 in some categories. So I think different markets require different rates. I'd be interested to see anyone in the chat from the UK. What's your promoted listings at?
Aussie Bargain Hunter, you can use either. It just said you work out the ASP on 30 or 90-day average. It just depends on what period you are interested in.
It really doesn't matter. You can do it week by week if you really wanted to. But your average sale price is your average sale price depending on the period.
The average sale pie?
Average sale pie. Who doesn't like pie? We've had pancakes, we've had pie. I feel like when I run a promo on the entire store, that only around 10% of sales during that period actually are via promoted listings. Yep, that's probably about right, I'd say. I promoted 10% at the moment to try and make the difference. Normally stuck around 12.
How's it going?
So it's 8.1 mil. So Tommy's saying 8.1.
You can check your sales on PayPal and it tells you the average sale price.
Yeah, you can do that as well.
I've not even done that.
Yeah, it's just, you can go to PayPal or you can use the calculation. It is reasonably simple once you know what's there. I'll be interested to see if Mel tries that out and see what happens. Obviously, doing a lot of clothing Mel stuff. Like, imagine if she doubled her sales. She would need like 7 more people to help her out. I did hear her saying that she has to move soon, so that's going to be tough for her. I know we struggled when we moved.
It's pretty organised though. It's all in tubs and it's all lightweight. Well, as light as.
I hope that goes. Graphs. It's all about graphs. Yeah, absolutely.
I love a good graph.
59 still watching, so thanks heaps, guys.
Wow,
really appreciate
guys,
it.
we've been going an hour and there's 59 people on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, and Tuesday morning, I think.
I don't do time zones. It's it's Tuesday night. My brain will
Who would
explode
waste time
otherwise.
with graphs? I don't know. Who would do that? Who would do that? I love these graphs. Oh, that's back from Bernhard channel. I'll drop that in a second. There we go.
Zach, you legend.
How often do you list products for international customers? Pretty regularly. So we won't list everything for international sale. We try and pick like the items that we feel are going to have traction overseas, but we are putting it on a lot more listings now than we ever did, because we want to we feel like we've got our current like market in Australia sort of nailed,
somewhat,
and we're obviously improving that as we go. So we want to start sort of branching out a bit further and getting more international sales. So we are putting on more items. I would say that currently we probably put it on about 30%.
Oh, I was going to say like 20.
Yeah, between
25.
20 and 30. And a lot of our stuff probably isn't relevant overseas, like our local football stuff.
That's cool, Georgina. Thank you for being here.
Not going to lie, I'm about to ditch you to drive to Macca's.
Like I would too.
That's a fair call. I would probably do that.
But still on your wavelength.
I had someone from South Korea today asking about my face masks. Is that a red flag? I don't.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, I'd be looking at if their account has feedback, recent feedback in particular.
Yeah, are they active? Are they?
We've sold a lot of stuff overseas, and we haven't had a problem yet. So.
I don't think so. We've had some things take a little while to get there, but we've just sorted it with our customers.
Get me a McChicken.
Heck yeah.
I do ship internationally, yes. I know you can't price labels where sold in Australia. You can't print label. You can't from eBay Australia, but you can from My Business Post.
Oh.
So we print from My Business Post. It goes against our account.
I was knocking on wood.
Okay. The print labels from My Business Post, that saves us a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, right?
Yeah. We haven't had any international problems. Touch wood. He knows all about the international problems.
Yeah.
But that can happen in Australia too.
He's
so
had a not good last few days. I bought a Big Mac the other day. I could swear that they've shrunk.
They've shrunk.
Get the triple Big Mac that's out. That thing will.
It's a matter of principle, though.
Will sort you out.
All right, we might have gotten to the end of the chat. Woo!
All right, guys. Well, we'll probably leave it there today. I hope that we've answered some questions for you. An hour and almost 10 minutes with 50 plus in the chat most of the time. So thank you so much for spending your evening or morning or afternoon, whatever it is, your time with us. Really appreciate those that came along.
Yes,
you guys
super.
Could leave us a thumbs up on the way out. Thanks to all those people that dropped us a super chat
Not
tonight.
for us,
we really,
for the cat.
really appreciate that. It's definitely not needed, but it's greatly appreciated.
Pretty cool.
And we have a couple of videos coming out this week. I'll probably drop one on Friday again. I've been enjoying the Friday night drops, the Friday morning drops.
Morning.
2 thrifting videos to release. Some cool stuff in those, and we've sort of shortened up our haul as well. So we picked like 5 to 10 items from each thrift to shorten our haul, because we didn't want to like drain on.
We picked up the same jeans again.
Everyone's saying goodbye. Thanks for coming. Really appreciate it. Sub to Ken Skeets, absolutely.
Totally.
Is this regular? Yeah, we're going to do Tuesday nights on the regular.
Until people get sick of us.
Hopefully not for a little while.
And also be sure to sub to We Flippin' Good Stuff, who is dropping links like an absolute champion.
Yeah, click on the little 3 dots next to Zach's name and head over to his channel and check out some curbside picking. I hope he's going to put out some more bits soon.
I hope so too. But
I know he got a nice pickup today, so that's amazing. They're saying cute cat. It's fun. I sold an RM Williams to USA twice now.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we'll leave it at that. Thanks again for coming. Before we go, just drop that little PO box for our
That's the one.
For our map. If you want to send us a postcard, Bradley Kain and Jasmin Searle, or 2 Aussiethrifters, I suppose. And if you're international, just put Australia at the end of that, and it should come through fine. Hopefully, no issues. We're really looking forward to getting some of those through. Hopefully, next week we'll have some to share with you guys. Otherwise, we'll see you next Tuesday on our live. Oh, Sunday.
I'll see you first.
They'll see us twice on Sunday, actually, because Sunday morning we have Game On Couple.
Oh, Game On Couple.
And Sunday afternoon we're doing wide world of reselling.
Yeah,
so
which I'm loving.
Join us Sunday, have a chat, and we hope to see you there. Thanks everyone for coming, and we'll see you next time on 2Aussiethrifters.
Everyone go watch Bugs Life now.
And eat some pancakes. Bye.
See ya.